With retro-inspired titles or remakes of popular classics becoming somewhat of an epidemic, it really takes a special port or HD remaster to really get noticed. This was the exact intention of developers WayForward and Abstraction Games with Double Dragon Neon, a title that aims to bring the classic brawler into the 21st century. Has it worked though, or is this remake one for the graveyard? First off, Double Dragon looks fantastic. The 3D models look crisp and use of particle effects and special moves are surprisingly very pretty. That said, it does appear that the developers spent a little too much time with the female models in the game. Whilst the perfectly legitimate argument of it evoking the original rings true, I sure as hell don't remember the AI shouting, "Punish me," so loudly during the game. Put it this way, your parents are going to get the wrong idea. That's not really an issue with the game though. My problem is the controls. Double Dragon Neon commits the unholy cardinal sin of wonky, delayed controls, and coupled with the brutal difficulty which, whilst welcome, simply doesn't work with the sloppy controls, leads to moments of indecent anger and frustration. There's no two ways about it. A side-scrolling brawler should never have controls this slow. Ever. Of course, Double Dragon Neon really demands to be played with a friend or partner, but with the online servers apparently dead, and all of my friends being console users, I was lucked out. What resulted was a title that ran out of fun fairly quickly. Because of the controls, gameplay obviously takes a hit. I found that hits simply were not registering despite using a brand new Xbox 360 pad. Don't bother with keyboard controls as you'll simply rip your hair out. It's a crying shame as the game is clearly crafted to evoke the kind of retro love that gamers absolutely crave these days, especially as the market is starting to become stagnant with modern titles failing to capture any real imagination. I should mention though that the soundtrack to Double Dragon Neon is absolutely rocking. In fact, it's the saving grace of the game. I found myself listening to this soundtrack again and again. Honestly, modernizing retro stuff, top marks. If you stick with the poor controls, you'll get around 4 hours out of this title, which is commendable given its low $6.99 price point. That said, the focus of this title clearly rests on replayability, but with the controls this bad, it angered me so much, and I just gave up. There's no doubting that WayForward and Abstraction Games tried really hard for Double Dragon Neon, and whilst this title found moderate success on the Xbox 360, I feel that it's just too clunky and deliberately provocative to hold my attention. For more games and reviews, keep checking pushstart.co.uk.